Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Long Dark Wintermute Redux, episode 2, and I believe the 6th episode in our series on YouTube with the Gazbeard. That's me. We're in the camp office at Mystery Lake, having returned from Carter Dam, having looted it and set a couple of stashes down there, one in the front office of the dam and one in one of the trailers. We had an encounter with the old bear as we entered the dam compound, and we've also had an encounter with some wolves on the lake. Now it's almost sunset, and in fact it's just after sunset. We need to make some water. I noticed we've only got 3 litres of water on top of the cabinet over there. We're carrying about 1.5 litres. We're short on firewood. It's getting too dark to go outside and get any, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dive downstairs and I'm going to break up that chair, which will take an hour with the hatchet, so it's going to be dark on the way back up, and that'll give us a few bits of firewood. I would like to break something else up. I think we'll take that crate. That'll give us another piece, and let's head back upstairs. We've just got enough light to see what we're doing, using the windows as a guide, and that should let us get back across to here. We'll pick up a stick to start the fire with. I would have liked a book, but it's a bit too dark to find them right now. However, there's the stove. There we are. Let's get a fire started. Cardboard match, piece of tinder, and start it with a stick. Let's hope it starts first time, and we can then get a couple of pots of water boiling while we sleep. Come on, fire, get going first time. And there we are. Excellent. Right, now we need about 2 hours worth of fire, so 2 hours 15, that should do the job. Put 2 litres of water in each pot, or 2 litres of snow in each pot to melt and then boil. 1 hour till melted. It'll be about an hour till boiled. We've got 2 hours 11 on the fire, which we should have about 20 to 25 minutes before it boils dry after it's boiled, so the fire will burn out before then. Okay, we need to think about eating and drinking. So let's have a look. What have we got to eat? Oh, we didn't bring a piece of wolf in. I thought we had some cooked meat outside. Let's... Oh, and it's gone very, very dark now. Never mind, there is a lantern downstairs, which... I'm starting this episode a little bit dithery. I do apologise for that. And there's the window, so the lantern should be somewhere here. That's a metal container. That's not what we want. Make sure we're in the right... I don't think we're actually in the right... No. There's the window where we would normally put the bits and pieces. Where's the lantern gone? Are we at the right window? Yes. There's the window where we would normally put the lantern. There it is. Just saw it. This'll come in handy. Equip it. Light it. That's the advantage of always putting it in the same place. You can find it. Right, we were going to check outside, see if we left some cooked meat out here.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Yes, we did. Let's grab a piece of that venison and just jump straight back in. Might as well take the lantern upstairs with us. Just make it easier to get things done. Now, there's one quick check. Have we got a book for starting fires? We haven't. So I'm going to we'll take that book off the top. This means that we can start fires easier when we're outside. And we've got to drop the other wood that we're carrying. So we don't need to carry that. We've got our 15 sticks. We're overweight because we're tired. Our limit to carry has dropped. Let's just check a few things. Are we carrying excess clothing? Sort of. We're carrying 2 spare hats. We're carrying 2 spare sets of gloves and a spare pair of socks. We really could afford to leave them behind once we get those gloves repaired. I was sure we did this in the last episode, but it appears not. First aid. We could afford to drop some of these. We're carrying 2 lanterns again for some reason. Didn't realise that. Right, so what we can afford to do then, I'll tell you what we'll do. Well, we've got the light to do it. No, do that in the morning. Put that lantern out. And then put it down on the top of here. We'll sort our weight out in the morning. First, let's eat and drink. So we'll eat that venison. Means we won't have to worry about food first thing in the morning. Take that drink, get back, and let's put in for a 10-hour sleep. I noticed that we'd lost a little bit of condition for some reason. Let's recover that. Part of our plan was that we were going to go through and see the old trapper and deliver these medicines. And there we are. We can see the 2 pots of water have boiled up. I'm guessing it's right on sunrise. It's just fractionally after sunrise. We can see the light starting to creep through. Now we've got that second lantern, which is extra weight that we don't want to be carrying. So if we put that as a use, and can we get it to sit in that bowl? It means we can find it in the dark if we have to. No. Will it sit up there? No. It'll sit on the edge of that bowl. Well, if we do that, it's directly under the window. We'll be able to find it in the dark. Let's take one of those pots of water, which will leave us a little bit heavy for water. 3.5 litres, yeah. So let's just drop one of those over here. And put it up here. And we do need to take a drink. So let's just do that. And take that lantern downstairs. That's matches. What have we got on the fire starting side of life? We're carrying a bit too many matches again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move a dozen of them across. Just reduces our weight a little bit. We're still carrying way too many matches, but we'll move that lot across. They're going to merge with them, aren't they? Alright, we'll move them once. Okay. And on the medicine side, we had a little bit that we wanted to move. We've got tons of painkillers in there. We're carrying these Old Man's Beard wound dressings. Let's get rid of that bottle of antiseptic because it's heavy at 0.7 kilos. That just lightens us up a bit. I'm going to keep 3 stims with us though. Clothing, we said we wanted to get rid of a few bits and pieces. Let's do them. Hats and gloves in the top drawer. We'll get rid of Will's hat for now. And I think because of weight, what we'll do is we'll get rid of those work gloves for now. Okay. What else did we want to get rid of? Anything down here? Not really, but we have got 2 whetstones. We can sharpen up the knife and the hatchet, which is something we really should do. We need to find a rifle cleaning kit, because that rifle is pretty bad condition. How many flares we're carrying? We're carrying 3. Okay, any crafting materials? 8 bits of cloth, 2 bits of leather, 1 fresh gut as a decoy. That's fine, right. So, while we wait for the day to warm up, let's just get that temporary knife. Well, we can't sharpen that. We can sharpen the hatchet though, so let's get that sharpened up. Now, even though we can't make use of the skill books to increase our skills, you can see that our sharpening skill is increasing as we sharpen this hatchet. That's the hatchet to 78%, 82%. Our sharpening improvement has just raised to 4% as we got our sharpening skill to 35. So let's just try and take the hatchet up to 100%. We're going to add 4% to that, so we'll do 1 more sharpen, which will drop the whetstone to 55%. But I don't want to waste 5% of the whetstone putting another 2% on to take it to 100. So 98% will do us for now. There we are. Right. Unfortunately, we can't sharpen this shard, so we need to find a proper hunting knife. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to search the lake. And before we go out, we'll just take a drink of water. Means we don't have to worry about hydration. We'll take a piece of meat with us. Let's just get the rifle out. We did kill a wolf in the last episode, and we also injured one for him to run off and bleed out, which leaves 1 more wolf on the lake. It's possible the old bear's over there as well, but I want to search the lake. Let's just take a quick look from our overlook. Pick up these couple of sticks. Take them with us as well, just in case we've got to drop a fire somewhere. There's 1 wolf wandering the lake. There's 2 dead ones on the lake. So what we'll do is we'll try and get that 3rd wolf dead in the same position as the other 2. Makes it easier to harvest them when we come back. And hope that we don't encounter the old bear. Keeping eyes wide open for the bear. Now we should be able to lure that wolf across to us. You can see the crows above the dead wolves. They should be dropping feathers for us. That wolf's not going to spot us. We're getting awfully close. Has he spot? Now he's seen us. So as he comes out of there, we'll drop that fresh gut. We'll back off. Set our aim up. Re-aim. There we are. And We'll reload the weapon before we move forward. Right, we'll leave those 3 wolves there. If there's any feathers on these, we'll pick them up just now. There's a feather. I don't see any more. Might get some more later in the day, so we'll leave it until later in the day. I want to search these fishing huts, and I want to get over to the other side of the lake and then work around the camping huts. What I don't want to do is get too weighted down with stuff. So let's have a look. Right, we've got a summit soda there. Nothing on the shelf. We've got a couple of bits of cedar here. So we'll leave these for when we get back. Anything in that corner? No. Right. So the summit soda is a 1/4 kilo. I'm going to leave it there until we come back. Just make sure we've not got anything creeping around onto us. Right, now I'll do that hut and then we'll move across to that holiday cabin across there. And the winds come up against us, which is going to slow us down. Another piece of cedar.
What have we here?
Box of rifle ammunition, which we'll pick up immediately. Another piece of reclaimed wood. Right, and I'm going to drop that piece of scrap metal for picking up on the way back. 0.2 kilos. By stacking it all on the top of the drawer here, it shows that we've searched the hut. We don't get confused when we come back. Again, just looking around before we move out, make sure there's no more predators around. Okay, and I'm going to pick up the cattails as we go past this island. I keep going quiet because I'm listening for the bear, just in case the bear's out patrolling. Now I'm dropping the cattail heads, even though we could use them as tinder, because they're pretty poor tinder. I've noticed fires don't start as easily using cattail heads as they do using proper tinder. So I'd rather make proper tinder from newspapers or cardboard, and we've got loads of it in the camp office. There's no need to take the cattail heads as tinder. Look around over here and look around over here, make sure there's no bear, because the bear does have a cave in this area, and I can never remember if it's that one there with the icicle hanging or if it's that one there with the icicle hanging. It's one of the two. No cattails there. Uh-oh. Can you hear that music? I don't know if that's on a timer and it's just the time of day that's creating that. It's coming up to midday. Or if it's a proximity thing that we've come within reach of a danger. But but it always makes my heart jump when I hear that music. Three hours of this weather, right. Okay, now we're getting to the far reaches of the lake. It's time to start picking stuff up and carrying it.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
And he's going to be complaining about weight because we must be getting close to the 40 kilos limit that we currently have. Another decent toque. Let's just check. 36.33, that's right. Our carrying limit is 35 kilos at the moment because we don't have the moose hide satchel to increase it to 40. All we've got is the well-fed bonus that gives us the extra 5 kilos. Okay. No sign of predators. We've got the wind in our face. Let's get across to this fishing hut and get it searched. Just a quick glimpse at this stand of plants over here. See if there are any cattails. And we're walking directly into the wind right now, even though we should be in the shelter of those cliffs. So by walking slightly sideways, we actually get to walk a little bit faster than if we're heading straight into it. Now, this hut is one of the ones where you must check behind it. There is sometimes loot behind it on the ground. Especially needs key number 1. We don't have key number 1. Okay, so we've got to find key number 1 somewhere. Right, let's head on to the other cabins. Fog's descending, that'll calm the wind. However, it's going to make visibility pretty tight. Always skirt wide round blind corners like that. You never know what's lurking there. So, have to remember, the first fishing hut, we need the key. We need key number 1. And it's probably sod's law that that's the one that contains a hunting knife. Ah, we've got this one. Okay, let's first things first, put the gun away before we do our searching.
I could use this.
Pair of wool mitts. They didn't look to be in great condition. Piece of fur. Books. Oh, crackers. Energy bar, ear wrap, that's good. Combat boots. Now, I would love to have them. They're going to be heavy, but we'll take them back to the camp office. Off-season fun. We're not supposed to go there off-season, but there's amazing hunting to be had near Mystery Lake. The warden usually shuts down the park for the winter. The cabins are meant for summer use, so bring warm clothes and a heavy sleeping bag. We'll break in, bag a few stags, then truck the meat out of there in a couple of weeks. Stan will pick us up along the old coastal highway. Meet me at the lake cabins on November XX. Come alone, bring beer. There's been logging in the area, so stay out of sight. Okay. Right, I don't need to take all the books and stuff. We'll take those painkillers, though. Anything stashed in there? No. Can of condensed milk down there. Sewing kit. Nothing else up there. Under the bed. Pair of combat pants. That's a good find. Right. They are pretty beaten up though. Just search that metal container. A water bottle. Right. I'm going to break down that pillow. It's going to take 11 minutes. Gives me another 2 bits of cloth. We're getting pretty heavy. Now, clothing. Let's just check those combat pants. We've got these decent work pants, which gives us 3% protection. Sorry, Combat pants give us 8% protection. I'll try again. Decent work pants give us 8% protection. Combat pants, which are in a lower condition, are giving us 7%. They're warmer than the work pants, but they're less windproof. The 20% waterproofing, 10% on the work pants. So what I think we'll do is we'll wear those combat pants on the outside, and we'll wear the work pants on the inside. Gives us 23% overall protection now, and we've got a spare pair of the cargo pants, which are quite lightweight. Well, 3/4 of a kilo, they're not that light. The combat pants are actually lighter than the work pants. Okay, let's do a repair on those work pants. We've got the time to do it. They're back to 100%. Let's do a repair on these as well. That's them back to 100%. While we're in a repairing frame of mind, what state's that Mackinaw jacket? 98, that's okay. 97 on there. 77 on there. Let's just do a quick repair on that. %. That one's 96, that's okay. 91, 91, 93 on those socks, 97 on those, 98 on those gloves, 98 on the boots. That's at 94. That's at 94. That's at 98. Right, so all our clothes are above 90%, which is the ideal situation. We are quite heavily loaded though. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out with the flare gun equipped, just in case there is a bear in close proximity. We'll crouch down to leave. We need to eat. Aha, good idea. Right, so we can't get at the meat from there. Let's just eat that. That'll take a kilo off our carried weight. And take a drink. In fact, because we're only just over half full, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and eat something else and reduce weight. Everything we're carrying is a 0.1 kilo, so I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just eat 4 of these cattails. Just give our calorie counter a good solid boost. Each cattail is 150 calories, so 4 of them is 600 calories. Just check our hydration again. That didn't budge. Right. Cautious look round. Stand up. Just check behind the cabins. Make sure there's not a wolf wandering about. Okay, check the back of this cabin. This one wasn't locked. There's another pair of wool mittens.
I think I can use this.
Accelerant and sewing kit. Oh, there's not something in there. Can of tomato soup. Anything in there? Newsprint roll. Actually, newsprint roll is useful because it makes 4 tinder for the same weight as a stack of papers that only makes 2. Nothing under the table. Nothing on that shelf. Nothing in that crate. Oh, there is something in that crate. Lantern fuel. Another sewing kit. Let's just check under the bed. No. Nothing under that bed. Nothing on the floor generally. There is a cloth there that I would like to break down. How long by hand? 15 minutes. Let's just do it. It gives us 3 pieces of cloth. There's still a few bits and pieces dotted around. Oh, there's another note. This small note looks to have been left for someone in particular, hard to imagine as the area is quite sparse. A. I'm heading to the clear cut. Put some supplies aside for us, away from prying eyes. If you need something, look for the old stump between 2 log piles. K. Okay. Now, if we look at our map, then we can see there's another supply cache up here. At the clear cut behind the lookout tower, so that'll be another objective to collect, and our current objective is getting the meds back to the wounded trapper, but I want to search the lake first, so crouching down to go out. Look around. Nothing immediately visible. Stand up. Still nothing immediately visible. We want to get out and check those fishing huts. We didn't do them. Right, now there's another 2 huts, another 2 cabins, sorry, on the other side of those rocks. But I want to go back and check these fishing cabins out. So I'm going to switch to the rifle again. Now that we know there's nothing in close proximity to us. And we should have checked that fishing hut on the way to these fishing huts, these holiday cabins. That was my bad. Or did we check that? Yeah, we did check that one. That's the solo hut, isn't it? Okay, I'm getting myself lost. Alright, so in fact, it's this fishing hut that we haven't checked. Get this one checked, and then we'll go back and do those other cabins and then do the 2 fishing huts on the way back. The ones that we left the loot in. I'm really hoping there's going to be a hunting knife in one of these, because that's what we're missing. Okay, candy bar, an orange soda, nothing on the shelves, piece of tinder, piece of cedar, piece of reclaimed wood. We'll take it for now. Make sure there's nothing on the top of the cabinets. Fishing hook. Piece of cloth. Piece of scrap. Okay. Close that door. Good look around again. Now we're going to those holiday cabins across there. Again, looking around as we travel. Make sure there's nothing creeping up on us. So far the only hut we've not been able to get into is that single hut across there. We need the key for that for cabin number 1. And it's possible, if there's been a cache and a note about it left up at the clear cut, we may find a dead body up there that's carrying the key for cabin number 1. And that's just an educated guess based on the way that the game does things, because the cabin that we found the note in was not locked. So without finding any keys at all, we could have found that note. And that would have then pointed us at the clear cut to go get a key to get into the first cabin. So it's just the way the game seems to work. It might not be the case, but that's what I'm guessing. If anybody knows for sure, leave a comment down below. Let me know. Okay, now before we go into these, let's just have a look at the back of this hut. Nothing stashed back there. Okay. Again, this one's not locked. We'll put the gun away while we do the looting. Just check around that chair. Nothing there. Nothing on the shelves except books and papers. Anything in the trash can? No. Nothing in there. Thin wool sweater and a toque. We'll take them back to the camp office. Keep all our clothes in one place. Looking around, a bit of cloth on the hook there. Nothing on that bookshelf. Nothing in that crate. Nothing around that bench. Okay, what's in the green box? Jerky, matches. Thought there was something in the corner there, but it's the base of the standing lamp. Nothing on the beds. Okay. Very little in here. Obviously the best loot is going to be in the cabins that need keys. So again, we're coming out blind. Get the flare pistol out. It works at short range, even if it doesn't hit them. It scares them away. Go out, crouch down. We'll look round, make sure there's nothing in close proximity. Stand up, look round again. Okay, step out, keep looking round. Check behind. Nothing, okay. Check behind this cabin. Nothing here. This one we have got a key for. So there should be some good loot in here. Put the pistol away while we're searching. Means that we don't fire it by accident. Cloth hanging on the wall there. Pork and beans, sardines. We'll worry about the condition when we get them back to the camp office. A couple of flares. Nothing on that shelf apart from books and paper. An urban parka. We'll take it with us. We'll worry about repairing it up later. At the moment I'm quite happy with the Mackinaw jacket. There's a pair of socks under there.
Starting to weigh me down.
A Stacy's soda. There's a blue box under there. Accelerant. More ski gloves. More coffee. Anything in this trash can? Another fish hook. Right, let's break that pillow down. Get a couple of bits of cloth. And we'll break that one down by hand. That gives us 3 bits of cloth. It's coming to very close to sunset now. Okay, so let's just have a look. I don't want to be carrying that Stacy soda, and we do need some calories, so we'll just drink that. At 47.24, we're 12.25 kilos over our max carry, so we are going to be slowed down a little bit. But we're going to drop that wood at one of the fishing huts on the way back. Crouch down. Leave the cabin. And again, looking around, make sure there's nothing in immediate sight. Stand up. Check around this side. And the wind's going to be in our face, I just know it. Because we're overloaded, the wind will be in our face. Seems to be a game mechanic to teach us not to overload. Nothing on that side. Right. Now we can take one of these deer down, but we don't need to. We've got 3 dead wolves to harvest. So now that we're... Oh, game was saving there for some reason. Now that we're out in open ice, and we'll have a clear line of sight at anything coming in at us. Now's the time to switch back to the rifle. Get the range advantage. Now there is a cave up there that I want to search on a separate journey, and also between the rocks there's a path that goes back to the camp office, and there's access to another cave there, which I'll do on the same journey. But meanwhile, let's get these fishing cabins sorted out. So this cabin that's dead ahead of us, the closest one, I'm going to take the loot out of that one and move it across to the one that's further over, nearer the dead wolves. And that'll give us a wood stock, a wood pile, for a fishing trip to do some fishing. Catching fish and cooking them yields oil as well as edible food, and the oil is used for the lantern, or if you have at least, I think it's 0.3 of a litre, might be 0.4 of a litre, if you're carrying at least the minimum amount, you can use it as an accelerant to start fires as well. But if you're only carrying a dribble of it, say 0.2 litres, then you can't use it for that. So let's just pick up that scrap metal, reclaimed wood, and that cedar. And let's move across here. It's getting towards sunset. And as this is the closest hut to the camp office, this is the one where we'll be doing our fishing. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to drop the excess wood. We'll drop that piece of fir. We'll drop at least 2 pieces of that cedar and 2 pieces of that reclaimed wood. And I'm putting it up on the top of the cabinets because I want to keep the floor clear. If we do come fishing, we may end up having to use the sleeping bag. And we'll put the reclaimed wood in there, which is about as clear as we can keep the floor. So we've got plenty of wood for fishing. I'm going to drop that other soda that we were carrying, and I'm going to drop a litre of water so that we've got those here at least.
This gear's starting to slow me down.
And quick check takes us down to 44.64, so we're under the 10 kilos over encumbered. I'm very tempted to drop that tomato soup as well, because that gives us some food that we can heat up if we need to when we come fishing. So, right, with that said, we want to think about heading back, but I want to get a screenshot as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a screenshot there. Like that. And then we want to head back. We'll harvest those wolves in the morning, because we're going to need to bring firewood out with us, and I don't want to use the firewood in the fishing hut. Can't remember if this is the one we've just killed or if it was the other one. There's a feather. There's another feather. Might as well collect them all tonight if we can see them all. Well, there's another wolf across there. While we've got daylight and while we're not losing temperature, we may as well collect these. And don't forget, leave your comments down below. Let me know if you would do anything different to what I've done. We're in the position now that we know there's only one cabin we've not searched, which is that first solo cabin. We need to find key number 1 for that, which I suspect we're going to find up at the wood clearing, whatever it's called. Based on the note that we found in cabin number 3. We had the keys for cabins 2 and 4, we've unlocked those. Cabin 5 was unlocked, so we got into that one as well. Had quite a successful loot. We found a load of clothes. In particular, we found a set of combat pants and the urban parka, as well as a set of combat boots. The combat boots may become a vital piece of clothing when it gets to the point where we're going to be encountering the bear more frequently, because they are the toughest boots that you can get in the game, although they are quite heavy and they do slow you down. So we've had a day out wandering around the ice. We're still not fully tired. Look, we're not even half tired yet. I wonder if we can afford a bit of running just to try and put some fatigue on him. Well, it's not quite running, it's more a fast walk, isn't it? And one of the other things that we found, despite having had to use 3 rounds of ammunition to clear the wolves down, we also found a box of 5 and a single round. So overall, we're 3 rounds up on what we were. We've got 10 in the rifle, we've got 35 spare. That's more ammunition than I've ever had in any playthrough of the Long Dark, in survival or Wintermute. And we've also got 21 flare cartridges for the pistol. So, you know, we're starting to build our own armory. And there we are, back at the camp office. I'm going to put all the goodies away in the usual locations. It's just put the gun away, go get the lantern. And that's time for me to say thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, oh, wrong. Don't forget to leave your comments down below. Click subscribe and give the video a like. And I'll see you in the next one on Friday. I'm the Gazbeard. This is the Long Dark Wintermute Redux, episode 2. We've just finished searching the lake cabins and the fishing huts on the lake. And tomorrow we'll go in the next episode we'll go harvest those wolves, and if we get back early enough, we'll check round in the caves that are between the lake office and that last fishing hut that we searched. Hope you've enjoyed the video. From me, as always, it's not goodbye, it's just bye for now. See you soon.